Howdy ho, friends, and welcome back to another weekly wax meltdown where I give you my thoughts on what I have melted in the last week. I usually have a little more, I think, than I have today, but I still have a decent amount. It is mostly Scentsy because I am an independent Scentsy consultant. If you need a consultant, all my information is in that description box below. Let's get started with some scents that are currently available. Our scent of the month for this month is Red, White, and Berry Pie. It's described as a sweet slice of ripened cherry and red raspberry baked with vanilla. And because it's scent of the month, we also get top, mid, and base notes. Top notes are clementine, sugar apple, peach preserves, with mid notes of ripened cherry, red raspberry, wild cranberry, base notes of buttery pastry, vanilla bean, and coconut sugar. So, I think I get a little bit of all of those notes, so I like that. However, I would consider this primarily a cherry scent. I think cherry is the most noticeable thing that would come to mind when you smell this. But I do get some of that sweetened raspberry, the little brightness from a clementine, maybe a little fresh, just a tiny bit of fresh and sweet from that sugared apple, and a little bit of tartness maybe from the cranberry. I mean, I kind of feel like I get a little of all of it, but a cherry scent at most. Maybe that buttery pastry. I don't get vanilla bean and the cane sugar, coconut sugar, just kind of usually kind of help everything blend a little better, I think, as the base notes. I personally don't get a lot of that pastry, if any. My daughter, though, said that she does, and I've seen some wax tubers, YouTubers, whatever, say both. They get it or they don't get it. So, I didn't get it warm either. And for me, this was a medium to strong scent. I wouldn't be totally mad at it if it was even stronger, though. But I do live in the South, Southeast Texas. We are hitting 100 degrees already. Plus, where I live is extremely humid. So that just makes that heat index like jump even more. And so our ACs are running pretty much all day. I think it's hard to understand how much of a problem that causes, but the air movement in my home is constant now. Not only from the AC going, but from the ceiling fans going, which every room has them. I don't always turn them on, but yeah, all of that air movement makes scenting your home a lot more difficult. You can't see my ceiling fan, but it's going right now. To just try to help our AC unit, try to keep up. But either way, it's running almost all day long, just to keep the house at a decent temperature. Anyway, so throughout the summer, I'm going to have more difficulty scenting my home. I already have a lot of warmers and wax and put a lot of wax in my warmers. So the only thing I can think of is to add more. Even on a normal day without it being super hot, oils and oil diffusers, I barely can smell. For me, they don't ever put out a lot of scent. So adding anything like that, I don't think would make any difference personally, in my house at least. Anyone in the South where it's blazing hot already, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I will move on, get off my rant there. But next I did 2 of Summer Rain. This is a current Bring Back My Bar. It's Dew Sprinkle Cyclamen, fresh botanicals, and a pinch of black lava salt. Capture the earthy sweet scent of passing summer storm. So, I would say this is a milder version of Thunderstorm. However, it is definitely still a floral scent for me. I did use 2 full bars in my large, high ceiling living room, kitchen, laundry room, entryway area, like a big spot, but I used 2 full bars in 8 warmers, if that tells you how much I have just in that area. And I could smell this definitely, even with the, all the air movement in my house right now. But it was a little too green almost, or floral for me. So I don't think I will be I know I'm not going to be putting this in my club. I may get a few to stock up, not sure. But anyway, I will give you actually my final thoughts on all the Bring Back My Bars this Saturday, along with my complete ranking system and kind of my spreadsheet that I use to keep track of everything. So stay tuned for that on Saturday. Next, is Dumbo still available? No. Dumbo's not available. I'm sorry. I had this in my stack. I was thinking it was still available, but I don't believe it is. This is clementine, peach, mango, and vanilla bean. And in this scent, that vanilla bean is noticeable. It is a creamy scent with that clementine, peach, and mango. So, and you kind of get all of those together equally, I would say. Very creamy scent. When I first get a new pour, it's fairly light, but I'll tell you what, if I wait 2 years, it is super strong. So I don't know if I'm willing to wait that long, but I do have that in my club right now to get a few extras of them. Next, I've got the Mandalorian Air of Adventure. And this is silver mint, crisp bergamot, earthy sweet geranium, eucalyptus, orange zest. I like the scent this current release, than I did before when it was released. Isn't that funny how your preferences change a little bit? I feel like I can smell this better for some reason, this release. Whereas before, I could barely get any scent from it. Anywho, I do kind of get a little of all of it. It's a hard scent to describe. That geranium, no, I don't get a floral. I guess bergamot, eucalyptus, orange zest, and silver mint. I would say silver mint is the first thing I get, with bergamot, and then a hint of that eucalyptus and orange, just to give it a little complexity, make it more sophisticated. It's definitely a sophisticated, I'm not even sure I'd call it a masculine scent, but definitely a sophisticated scent. I think that would kind of be a good unisex type of scent. Next is DC Justice League. This is bergamot, sandalwood, vanilla, and watery greens. I like this scent. It's a good fresh scent. Bergamot and sandalwood, I would say, definitely is what you get the most of. But there is that watery green note that I also get. Sometimes I warm it and I get it more than others. So it's kind of strange. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I do like this one. Really love it. And then the next time I warm it, I get more of that green. I'm like, I like it. I don't know if I love it. Anyway, a good fresh scent though, with slight green notes. So give that one a shot if you like that type of scent. Next, we've got a fruity scent. It is, where are you? The Little Mermaid, Kiss the Girl. Strawberry, raspberry, lime, and subtle waves of sea mist. And I would agree with that. You get that definite fruity sweetness from strawberry and raspberry, with a little brightness from that lime, just a teeny tiny bit, and a little bit of a fresh air, kind of sea mist. So I like that they mixed that strawberry with that sea mist in here. That to me is what makes this different from some of the other fruity licensed bars that they've done recently. Now I have, still currently available, the Lion King scents, Circle of Life, and then In the Jungle. Yeah, In the Jungle. So let's first talk about Circle of Life. This one came out years ago. I don't remember exactly when, but years ago. It is sandalwood. I guess I'll show you. It is golden amber, sandalwood, and hints of vanilla. I love the covers on all licensed bars. They do such a great job. So when I had this years ago, I got almost all sandalwood. This time, I do get more of that amber, very little vanilla, you know. Sometimes they just throw that in there, I think, to help things jive together better, you know, to make it go better, blend better. If I can talk. This time I do get more of that golden amber, but warm. I still get a little too much of the sandalwood for my preference. If sandalwood doesn't bother you and you like those type of scents, this is a good scent. It's just, for me, a little too much of the wood note sandalwood. Then we've got In the Jungle. This is new this year. This says a tropical oasis, lush with emerald palm leaves, dewy bamboo, and exotic blooms. So, cold. I get quite a bit of floral, the exotic blooms that they're talking about, and a little bit of a dewy bamboo, and I even get a little bit of an aquatic note. Maybe that dewy part, I don't know. But warm. And that's kind of what I was worried about. I'm not super crazy about green notes, like smelling a vine or a leaf, green leaf. And that bamboo note in this one, for me, is a bit much. I did enjoy it, but I probably will not be buying any more of it. I try to try everything at least once. Whatever. Okay, next we are going into scents that are in my club, so they're not currently available. First, I have two bars of vanilla blackberry, and this is, it was a scent of the month last summer, I think. Bold fruity blackberry draws you in with amber and vanilla. Top note of bergamot, red berry, mid of jasmine, green gage plum, base of amber musk, vanilla, cedar. So the top, mid, and base notes don't include blackberry. I guess that's included in the red berries. Anyway, blackberry with added sweetness, quite a bit of added sweetness, and some plum, definite plum in here. Kind of adds to the dark, the depth of it, I guess, is a good way to put it. And a little bit of cedar and some amber. Love this. It might be getting to the point where it's time to take this out of my club, just because we've got Bring Back My Bar. We've got the catalog that's about to retire. I really like this scent. It's just maybe not a must-have for me anymore, but we'll see. Watch out for my club edits every other month just before it locks. Next, I've got Turning Red. This is pomegranate, cherry, sugar cane, and orange. I freaking love this scent. I know a lot of people did not care for this, but I love it. And I kind of get all of that. I would say mainly pomegranate and then orange with sugar and then cherry. So cherry I would say is kind of last. But it's definitely there and blends with that pomegranate and sugar, and then the orange gives it a brightness. I love it. I think I have like 5 or 6 bars coming to me every 2 months. Next is Frozen 2, the North Calls. Empowering mix of berry, grapefruit, lily of the valley, and marine. So this is definitely like a body care, even perfume scent. They need to put this, I think, in the catalog. Or at least bring back this collection, this like winter. Because it had a lot of good scents in the collection. But anywho, about this scent, I would say a mix of berry, lily of the valley, with a background of marine and grapefruit. It's beautiful. Yeah. Okay. Next I've got 2 Strawberry Rose. Also in my club. Also was a scent of the month in, February of 2020, I believe. It is strawberry, soft rose petal, and musk. So top notes, strawberry, blueberry, raspberry. Mid notes, rose petal and plum blossom. Base of clean musk, airy ozone, and woods. Y'all, they had this, I think, after that scent of the month. They had it in a spring summer catalog. So I guess that would have been last spring summer 2021. And then it didn't make it back in our current catalog. I have one of these coming to me every 2 months. So glad I do. Don't let the rose note scare you. You hardly get any rose. You get mostly strawberry, but it's definitely a mix of strawberry, blueberry, raspberry. And with mostly strawberry, but those others are definitely there to add a little interest, to add a little sophistication. Oh, and then musk. So I would say it's a strawberry musk scent with all those others to kind of add to it, to make it even better. And you will notice this time I have sets of 2 quite a bit. That is when I'm putting it in the living room, kitchen, laundry room, open, like big area in the, 8 warmers I've got in there. So for the summer, you will probably see that a lot more, sets of 2, because yeah, it's summertime and it's hot outside and the AC is struggling to keep up. I'm going to save that one for last on Scentsy. Next, I have a mini Love and Kisses. Oh, this is so good. Let's see, where are you, Minnie? There you are. Red berries, apricot, and vanilla, and it is all of that. It's, I would say, mainly apricot and vanilla, but there are the red berries that, you know, make it a lot more interesting than just apricot. Oh, I wish they would bring this back. If they brought it back, would I put it in my club? Yes. I would at least stock up, for sure. Anyway. And it was a softer scent, but not near as soft as the current one, Totally Mini. So, I think they should bring this one back. Anywho, Rainbows and Butterflies. I got this in a clearance sale, I think. It is strawberry, pineapple, and vanilla citrus. And it's a great kind of juvenile type of fruity scent. And I think this may have been in the kids' scents when it was out. I'm not positive. Or when it first came out. Yeah. Strawberry and pineapple, but it's not like you could really pick out pineapple. It's blended very well. Great scent. It was in the catalog for a little while, but I guess it is a lighter performer, so maybe that's why it didn't stay. And then our last Scentsy bar, we have to have a little chat about. If you haven't already, give me a thumbs up if you like this video and this type of content, and be sure to subscribe. That way, anytime I upload a new video, it will show in your subscription feed. So, last but not least, Blackberry Meringue. This was in the most recent clearance section update. You can see, that it's got some discoloration. You can also see that this was poured May 21st of 2018. I know several of us have kind of talked about these. I'm seeing if you could see where it is. Anyway, you have to have these things just right, but this one for some reason is a little easier than a lot of them are. Anywho, so 2018 in the clearance section. Had I known that these were 4 years old, over 4 years old, I would not have purchased 3. I may still have purchased 1 just to smell it, since I have never smelled this before. Let's get to the scent notes. It is blackberry, sugared fig, black plum, and a pinch of spice mingled deliciously in this die for sensory dessert. To die for sensory dessert. Okay. First of all, this is super, super, super light. I could not smell it warm at all, unless maybe if I put my nose up to it like this in the warmer when it was warm. Even then, it still wasn't much. Now, I understand it is a blackberry meringue, so it's not going to have a super strong blackberry note. I get that. But I think probably 2 years ago, it would have been more noticeable. I don't think Scentsy should wait 4 years to sell a bar. First of all, like I said, I would have bought 1, not 3. The performance was not, I'm pretty sure, as well as it could have been. Not to mention the wax alone. I'm looking around to see if I have the other 2. Not easily accessible, but the wax alone was very gummy, I would say. It's a good description. Gummy, sticky. No, gummy. Because even to break 2 bars, I usually take it out and then I break these 2 bars off. It was gummy almost. Like, it did not want to break. And then my method of removing wax from my warmers is to let it take it off the heat, let it cool almost all the way, but where it's still pliable and soft, but will come out in one piece. So, I usually I use my fingernail, but you can also use the edge of a clamshell, works great. Just on the edge, and then you can pull it up and then just pull the whole thing out usually. Well, this wax stuck. It was sticking to the warmer. So yeah, I mean, definitely it was expired. Not only by date purposes, but by scent throw and by the wax itself. It was too old. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed that Scentsy did that. But with that said, I still would have bought 1, not 3. And I know from now on, if we see something in the clearance section updates that has not been available in the last year or 2, that I'll just buy one. I'm not going to buy 3 or 6 or whatever because I'm going to be afraid it's a 4-plus-year-old bar that they're selling us. So yeah. So that's my solution to it. If you see something there that you haven't smelled before and you know it hasn't been available in the last couple years, if you want it to smell it, okay. Just don't buy multiples maybe. Yeah. So, and I really feel like I didn't get a good reading, sniffing of the scent anyway. So if it came back, I would feel like I needed to try it again. Just simply for the fact that it didn't perform like it was supposed to, I think. Okay, now that's all of the Scentsy stuff. I have chatted way too much in this video. I apologize. So the next one, this is a Sensationals brand. It is actually now called Fusion brand. Same thing. I don't know why companies got to do all that to confuse us, but I bought this at H-E-B, a grocery store here in Texas, and it is a Texas edition. They have kind of a whole line of Texas inspired scents, and this is Texas Comal River, which is obviously a river in Texas that, you know, basically imagine that scene right there, but people on tubes and canoes and all kind of stuff just floating down the river having a good time. That's what the Comal River is for Texas. It is described, well, I couldn't actually find the official scent notes, but I would say it's an orange scent with some kind of berry in it, but primarily an orange scent. So it's not aquatic, it's fruity, which is probably why I really like it. It is a little bit of a harder wax, and as much as I tell myself I'm going to stop buying the harder wax, I keep doing it. So, all right, and 2 candles, Tuscany, which I got this at Kroger, pomegranate fizz. This went into a candle crock for a week plus, and I was going to see if there was any scent notes. No, but I think the name pretty much tells you. Mainly a sweet pomegranate scent with a little tiny bit of effervescence. I did get a little bit of that effervescence. And then a Goose Creek rain-drenched strawberry. This one's heavy. This was also in a candle crock for probably about 10 days. Super light scent, but a fresh strawberry. I don't really get did I put this? I don't remember if anyway, I didn't apparently add this with the scent notes, but again, the name kind of tells you what's supposed to smell like. It's mainly a fresh strawberry. I love the scent. It's similar, not the same, to Scentsy's Coastal Strawberry that I warmed in May. But it was just too light for me. Way too light for me. So, and this was actually, so it was in a candle crock. It was in what the dining room is supposed to be, but it's the dog's room basically. But it is pretty closed off, so there's not a ton of air movement in that room specifically. But it's still, you know, you put a candle of this size in a candle crock, you should be able to smell it pretty well. And I only smelled it for the first couple days, so anywho, but even then it was very light. So that's it. That's what I warmed in the last week. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. I will see you again on Saturday for a video, hopefully with my rating system and my final thoughts on bringing back my bar. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.